Today, we will learn about the quantity of goods. There are 6 methods for measuring the quantity of goods. Measurement by weight, measurement by capacity, measurement by count, measurement by length, measurement by surface area, and measurement by volume. In import and export trade, weight is the most commonly used method for measuring the quantity of goods. The methods for measuring the quantity of goods include gross weight, net weight, condition weight, theoretical weight, legal weight, and net weight, etc. When formulating quantity terms, consideration should be given to measurement methods, measurement units, delivery quantity, and more or less clause. In international trade, the system of weights and measures generally adopts the metric system, the British system, the US system, and the international system of units. China adopts a legal unit of measurement system based on the international system of units. Under different systems of weights and measures, the same measurement unit may represent different quantities. As shown in below, in international trade, there exists a range of flexibility in the quantity of goods. There are 3 situations as follows. 1. Unspecified terms in the contract. 2. Approximately or about. 3. More or less clause. 1. Unspecified terms in the contract. According to the United Nations Convention on Contracts for the International Sale of Goods, the seller must deliver the goods in the quantity specified in the contract. If the seller delivers a quantity exceeding the agreed quantity, the buyer may accept the entire excess quantity or reject all or parts of the excess delivery. If the actual delivery quantity is less than the quantity specified, the seller shall make up the shortfall before the expiration of the agreed delivery period. However, the seller shall not cause the buyer to suffer unreasonable inconvenience or bear unreasonable expenses. The buyer also retains the right to claim any compensation for damages. 2. Approximately or about. When expressing the actual delivery quantity using approximately or about, the interpretation of approximation may vary in international trade, which can easily lead to disputes. If both the buyer and seller must use approximately or about, both parties should, in advance, explicitly allow for a percentage of increase or decrease in the contract, or stipulate within the general terms and conditions. Otherwise, it is not advisable to adopt. 3. More or less clause. The clause specifying the actual delivery quantity can be more or less than the quality as specified in the contract, as shown in below. So, how to determine the time and place of delivery quantity? Generally, there are several situations. 1. Factory quantity terms. 2. Shipping quantity terms. 3. Landed quantity terms. 4. Quantity terms for average of loading and unloading. 5. Quantity terms for the buyer's place of business. Issues to consider when establishing quantity terms. First, it is important to have a grasp of the quantity of exported goods, including the situation in the supply and demand of foreign markets, the domestic supply, the price dynamics of the international market, and the credit status and business capabilities of foreign customers. Second, it is necessary to know clearly the quantity of imported goods, including the actual domestic demand, the payment capability of the domestic market, and changes in market conditions. Let's move into in-class practice, analyzing this case study. Does a buyer from Thailand has the right to do so? Why? The goods delivered by the seller clearly do not match the quantities specified in the contract, which constitutes a breach of contract. The actions taken by the seller may potentially cause unforeseen trouble and losses for the buyer, which may impact the sale of the goods and result in the failure of the buyer's original business objectives. Therefore, the buyer has the right to return the goods and revoke the contract. Next, let's delve into more exercises to improve. Please try to analyze this case and feel free to leave comments for discussion after class. Thank you for listening.